it's really like outmaneuvering like these types of teams, and that's hard. It's kind of hard to coach that one-on-one because it's so reliant on like the whole team understanding things together.
Right.
Like,
I feel
I don't
like
know if,
mechanically, I feel like I'm fine.
okay.
It's just like mid-fight positioning, I get lost.
Okay, well then that's something that can be coached from. That's good. But I don't know if you watched the Overwatch League Grand Finals.
I did a little bit.
But like on this map, it is crazy like rotations and repositioning. Like there are fights where like SF Shock would be holding here, and Dallasville will be on point, and Dallasville is pushing towards SF Shock, and both teams would dive each other like one team would Kiriko ult into the enemy back, or just Kiriko ult here and then just dive, and then Dallasville would dodge the dive by everyone going forward and playing underneath and like rotate and like switching the map, and Bob was like right here, and then they switched the map and they were playing on this side, and they used cooldowns to like wrap around. It's kind of it's hard to go over just for yourself, but so far right here I would have like, if anything I would have called a speed amp to point immediately, but if this isn't something that everyone already knows to do, it's going to just be awkward. And
Call like, here was to take high ground, which you see here in a sec.
Yeah, so that's the next best thing. Not the best amp, but you know, like sometimes you get a shot there.
Yeah.
Nice, we punished their monkey. I love the fact that you're looking to... Okay, beautiful.
I called here, I was peeling off to cart.
Yeah. And yeah, as soon as you see like that happening, you go back into the fight.
Gotcha.
So Lucio's great at like assuming that the enemy team backs off after losing their main tank or just tank in general, and then your team like gets to walk forward and take map control. Usually you'll see teams just get out, but if they stay in the fight, then yeah, it was a correct play for you to re-enter the fight. Who do you think should be moving cart?
Me.
I guess you're one of the top candidates. Who would be the other person if not you?
Tracer.
Yeah, I think Kiriko is also really good too.
Okay.
Because she can TP.
Yeah.
I kind of like Lucio not being the one touching the cart personally, because you can boot the monkey down if he dives to your social.
Gotcha.
Kiriko cannot do that. But she can quickly get back up. So in this scenario, like, I personally wouldn't like it.
Chad told him.
You could have stopped that from happening.
Yeah, Chad told him. Chad called, stuff him in the room.
So stuff them in which room? Like push it hard.
That right room. Yeah. Make sure that they can't control that room.
I mean, that's a good call. We didn't really... So... Yeah, we played hard here. I think that once the fight is kind of starting, you should be in position.
To deny that jump.
Yeah, like you're kind of out of position already. And you could have also been playing next to Mav if you wanted to help Mav, like, hold this corner with like your own displacement, and then maybe you could have even like just been looking for the enemy tracer to see if you can help a beast win that like
duel, right?
Like, one. So
my first thought here was just get cart progress.
Yeah, like, I think at this point, now that they have their engage, which is never what you want, you just need to go like full
peel mode.
Either peel mode or full DPS mode.
Gotcha.
You need to make a decision and go one or the other. Here, like, now that, like, both teams, this is what, like, good teams do, so this is good that we all have this, sort of baseline, like, when something crazy happens, like their monkey dives, and then we all back up. We kind of reset, and we have like
A stabilization.
that was like a mini fight. We restabilize both teams. We'll play their corners, stabilize, and then go in again. Here in the stabilization, I would definitely be looking to take high ground again.
Gotcha.
And stop the monkey.
Gotcha.
So I think that so far, at least you're pre-fighting, like you need to be starting to like to think, like because Chad is our IGL.
Yeah.
But you need to have like you need to be IGLing for yourself like in your own head.
Gotcha.
Like, you need to be like you need to match his game sense and think of things through from your point of view. And if he calls, he's gonna call things out like make sure we control like this window or make sure we control right side arch. Either way, like I want you to just think about the game, like the fight in general with their team comp.
So that would mean do my best to make sure that they like physically can't control that room. Like with whether it be like, oh, they take that left window, I should boop them into our team that's already set up, you know, stuff like that. Gotcha.
Yeah. So like think a step ahead. Like,
yeah, gotcha.
I think that like there's a lot of room for good Lucio players to be proactive in a team environment that he doesn't get to do in a ranked environment because
Ranked is just all mechanics.
Yeah, ranked is literally all mechanics, and if you can out mechanic the enemy team, and every once in a while, like if you're in a high enough elo, you actually play against like a good enough like a good amount of players that scrim, and then you're actually gonna have to play like for map
smart, right?
And those games will be completely obvious, like when they start happening. Like you'll lose fight and you'll be like, oh wait, that's an alt account of an OWL player. Okay, I need a.
Oh yeah, I ran into a Hydron ultraviolet duo. So
Oh, okay, yeah. So,
I know exactly what you mean.
exactly. But otherwise, it's just all mechanics. Lucio's kind of an interesting character in scrims, like especially starting around this rating range, because he actually gets to carry. He actually gets to do the things that like all the pros talk about him. Because for me, like when I first started this game, I hear the pros talk about Lucio back in like 2016, 2017. They're like, Lucio's a must pick. He does so much for the team. He like just he's like a little like speedy fast. He's like a little speedy tank. He does like all sorts of stuff. And I'm like, I didn't understand it, but like now I understand it because I've seen plays like that. I didn't do anything about that.
I didn't know Mav got stuck and he just kept pushing forward.
Yeah, it was kind of on him to stop moving once you get stuck, so it's clearer to you.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't consider that a micro error. How's your emotional state in scrims? Do you ever get frustrated? Do you kind of just stay mellow?
No, I'm pretty. Out of everybody on the team, I'm probably one of the most calm.
Nice. Oh, so we're just Kitsune. I really... That's an interesting call. And it worked out.
The call was Kitsune, Kitsune Kitsune first. Then I don't remember what the other part of the plan was, to be honest. It was Kitsune overclock. I remember that part. That's about it.
Honestly, versus this team composition, versus our team composition, their Sojourn needs to be here like 10 seconds ago.
Right.
Like the fact that their Sojourn is so late getting here
is the reason why we took this.
What?
Is the reason why we took the initial pick.
Yeah. It's the reason why it's good.
Gotcha.
And honestly, like we didn't need to Kitsune here. We could have just speed amped to point, and because they're not controlling the space, we can just cross it before their Sojourn gets into a power position.
Gotcha.
And once we have point control, like we can literally just chill here and let the bot just walk to like right here if we want to, or if we want to have you and Mav like, or just have Mav himself like just jab spin and walk the bot over here, and then have you like be sneaky and look for boots and displacement.
Yeah.
Like there's all sorts of crazy things that you can do, like people think that like Winston's kind of like the more wily character than Orisa, but that's not really the case. Like I think
Right.
right now Orisa has more freedom to do all sorts of things, whereas Winston is more committal. Whereas he used to like his identity used to be that like he can go all over the place and make fights chaotic, but that's less the case now. So you get your positioning like here. Nice, it's good. Once you realize that there's like 3 people all just sitting back in that corner, it's you don't need to push into them. Honestly, I don't like the fact that we're interacting with them at all. But that's just me.
Keyline gets out.
That's a terrible beat.
We lose somebody here.
Okay.
We lose Keyline, then they Kitsune, so I used B here.
Yeah, okay, so both teams are taking a really bad fight here. So here, like, once we have point control, we don't need to fight them at all. And, like, they should be, like, right here, looking to dive us so they can play this corner. And they are super far back for some reason, like, because they lost their Sojourn. And I think they're now just... They're down their Sojourn and they're thinking, you know what, we should just take a fight without a Sojourn, which is horrible. And then we are interrupting them from making a bad play by pushing both of our DPS up here to clean up, which they shouldn't be. And then they beat, and because Keyline is so far pushed up, he dies. I think that if you were going to use beat, like recognizing how far up Kia was
Mm-hmm.
was going to be why you would use it to save him, and you should have been like really upset the fact that you're having to use it.
I thought that this fight was pretty much over before it even started, to be honest.
Yeah.
But then we lost Keyline, and I beated for the Kitsune because I heard the voice line. I was just like, all right, I'm gonna push cart here.
Yeah, pushing cart is good. It is good, not as good, because like you've only gotten so much progress, and if you have to start actually having the bot push, it's not as valuable. Whereas if you're in a losing fight, and like your checkpoint is all the way over here, and you're pulling that all the way back, and you're like causing the next spawn to go forward, and maybe your team respawns faster.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's a super high value play.
Okay.
But in this type of scenario,
It's just better to die with the team.
it's better to look to get a pick.
Okay.
Like look to diff their Lucio or something, or
Yeah.
even go spawn camp the Sojourn.
Yeah, I get
Like,
you.
Yeah. Like you have a ton of carry potential on this character. This character is like super broken if he's in the right environment, and this is a good enough environment for that. So, okay, nice. Speed back Mav. Amping around the corner, like, were we kind of just calling for like a cold push?
I do not remember, to be honest with you.
If that's the case, then I mean, if we were, then like that's the only time I would find that speed amp acceptable.
Okay.
How would you have liked to use it otherwise?
I saw that there's one person on cart, so I figured we can pressure cart here.
Yeah, that's a fine play. I think that in this scenario, you had a potential carry play of zoning this window and like sort of making these divers more afraid of just dropping.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think we knew they were there.
Then I think I would call that a failure on your part.
My part?
So, yeah. So I will call that a failure on. So here, first off, so Mav is coming back from the spawn late. I forgot. Did he die last?
Yeah, Mav died last.
Let me look at the end of the last fight so I can... Okay. So he's staggering himself. So, okay, so that's a really bad play by Mav. Like, really, really bad. And here, you don't want to be having to taxi your tank because you want to be establishing map control. And
right.
because they're taking this window, which you always need to be afraid of. I don't know.
Our tracer didn't say anything about that.
Yeah. If your tracer should also not be playing from main, which is like, I mean, if he should either be playing like, it should be wrapping around to contest from, I don't even know what this is, connector, I don't know what people call it.
Yeah.
Or he should be wrapping around right.
Wrapping around there, yeah.
So he should be doing one of those two things, and he's doing neither of those. So that's, I guess I will say half the blame's on Obese.
The other half is on me for not clearing it. I
would say, well, no, 1/3 is on Obese, 1/3 is on Maverick, and then a third is on you at this point for hearing the tracer and not like clearing and seeing the monkey. Once, like, if you were to just like, you know, wall ride past and then like just like sort of see, you'd be like, oh, there's a monkey and there's a tracer here. They're definitely gonna be looking for a drop engage. Like, why else would they be?
Gotcha.
So yeah, and then just you don't even need to peek them. Just chilling right here is like all you need to do. And as soon as their monkey rears his head, you can just boop them back into the window, and that's enough. That's like, if a monkey still wants to like to drop engage once he's been like kind of contested once, then things are like 3 times as hard for him. Like, if he really wants to drop engage here, he'll probably have to be a lot more annoyed than he wants to be, and he might have to primal earlier than he wants to. Not saying you yourself are going to do all that damage, but just a boop like that, and especially if you're calling it out, makes everyone, it gives everyone so much more time to like prepare for this drop engage, which took everyone by surprise. I have no idea what Obese is doing. I think that, like, no pun intended, this team has just been getting the drop on us. Like, we've been allowing them to take high grounds that we shouldn't have been allowing them to. We've been playing into their hands. We haven't been checking things correctly. So they're kind of cheesing us, honestly.
Gotcha.
Feels like.
Gotcha.
So you hear their Lucio over here, and now you're controlling this base. This is beautiful. I love how you're playing this. And now, here I would have, once you like got tickled by that tracer, I would have sat in here and I would have checked this corner, and I would have been like, okay, the monkey's here. Monkey might want to jump into this window and then drop engage on their team. So if you being right here would stop them.
Right.
And if that monkey wants to cold engage onto our backline from here, this is really bad. So you'd have time to go and heal.
Mm-hmm.
What are you gonna say?
Were you gonna say something? No, I was agreeing with you.
Oh, okay. So you hear the tracer behind, then, like, I would, if you hear the tracer like here, I would either go mad aggressive on him once he like sees his. I thought he was gonna be playing like here. If he was gonna play like right here, and I was playing right here on Lucio, it doesn't exactly warrant you going hard after the tracer yet, because they're not in their effective range, and you can still heal your team. You can still chill and like do one spam and keep checking, spam check. But once you see the tracer here, like close enough to their effective range, I think it's kind of time to jump and boop them backwards and to be like, hey, you're not going to be able to do any of this for free.
Gotcha.
And yeah. Okay, so we're down our Suzu. Good boop.
Then Mav flings him back into us.
Which isn't a terrible play. Not the best, though.
He chased. He wanted me. I thought I was safe.
You got hit by the primal, which sucks.
I thought we were gonna. I don't remember why I amped, to be completely honest with you. Then he chased me for some reason.
I kind of feel like you should have gone inside this window instead of going like staying here. I feel like you would have been safer if you had. Like I'm thinking of like, obviously like, you can't see the future, so you didn't know that you're going to get chased by the monkey here. But you get like railgun shot. Here I would have, first thing is I would have just chilled in this window, and see if I could boop their monkey down if he chases me. And second thing it would be, once you get across here and you don't die, it's jumping into one of these windows.
Right.
And then also turning around and
booping him away. Yeah.
Yeah. So being scrappy, I guess. So far, like I've seen you miss a couple opportunities to be scrappy. I think that's, if I could sum up everything that we've seen so far, I'd say free fighting and no scrapping.
Gotcha.
No scrappiness. Here we're down our DPS, so this is kind of really tough. We kind of just need to play and hope that Matt does something. Now that they're still doing waster, yeah. You jump.
I should be on speed. Yeah.
I think healing was fine there, honestly. Like, if we're all just holding point.
Yeah.
Oh, time for you to go contest that monkey.
Contest him? Gotcha.
Not committal. Don't commit onto him, because you don't know if these guys do what's with him. But
right. Just sit on the wall. Yeah. Okay.
I would have wall righted and just peeked my and wall righted up once and booped him, and in that time you get to scout. You get to see who's with him.
Wait, who's what? Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, Lucio is perfect at riding that line
between inting and
yeah.
I get
like,
you.
He's not punishable if you ride that line perfectly.
Yeah.
And you get like 3 times the value that you usually do if you're riding that line for like most of the time.
Gotcha.
So, learning that range. Now, you might feed a couple times, and then people will start being like, okay, J-Star is playing like
chill.
He's just feeding his range out.
Right.
And then you go back and say, no, I'm learning to be marketable, guys. Come on.
Right.
That's what you say, you know?
Right. I get you.
I mean, this is literally how like that type of gameplay, just forcing that style of like mindset is what got Funny Astro as good as he was.
Right.
Like, you remember, like, he had like 5 one-trick Lucio accounts in top 10 EU ranked.
Yeah.
Like, good beat.
I almost died.
Yeah.
But I knew I had to. I knew I could clutch up with that beat.
Okay, so once you've beated,
I usually sit speed.
Like once you've beated, I feel like you've kind of done like your team's teamwork. Like you've done your teamwork. Now, like go diff this tracer.
Gotcha.
like just find something to do.
Find something to do.
Go. Be mechanical. Be annoying. Like if you even just going on this monkey and booping him back is more than just sort of showing your team. So you do that, but like you're kind of being like, I don't know, a team Lucio when like these chaotic fights like you're talking about. You need to scrap.
I need to be. Gotcha.
Yeah, I want to see more scrapping from you. Establishing dominance on that tracer, like, even like I don't know if you watched like the CarQ Funny Astro Lucio video, but it kind of just clicked for me in my head, like his whole playstyle when he said, you know, if there's a tracer like playing this corner and you're right here, you could just chill and wait for her to come and then fight her. Or you could just round the corner and speed amp into her face and establish dominance.
And she won't know what hit her. Yeah.
Yeah, like who does that? Like it's super scary. And that type of confidence is scary.
Scary.
For a player, 'cause
yeah.
They don't have practice tracking like those like a Lucio who's engaging onto them. That's like one of like the least practice they have.
So I tried to ride the line there, and I got punished for it.
Let me see. I was kind of autopiloting, not thinking.
So I got chased by a Winston. I need to be on a wall, first off. I drop off a
So
wall.
we're walking up. Okay, so here, speed amp in. Yeah, I would be on a wall. You just took way more like monkey damage than you should have.
Gotcha. We kill the monkey, but the tracer trades me out.
Yeah, I liked that. Like, I liked everything you did there, but like, you just walking into the monkey's range when you could have gotten all the same value without.
Yeah.
Mhm. So
Gotcha.
like, this is gonna be really difficult to change. You might say, just so you know. Like, you're gonna have to understand every single little thing that like contributes to being afraid of, and then you need to like say, okay, if there's 10 things I need to be afraid of in this fight, I'm going to disrespect 5 of them and respect 5 of them, and see like how annoying I can be. Like,
Gotcha.
Yeah, like it's gonna be.
I'm a former tank player, so I should be used to that.
Okay. That's actually good to know.
Yeah, I transitioned in OW 2 because I just don't like the way that tank plays in OW 2. To be honest with you.
You know what? I'm the same way with you. I feel like supports tank more than tanks do now.
Yeah.
Because it's all about the cooldown exchange. Yeah. So here, like Mav should not be taking this damage, obviously, and like the worst thing you can do is fall into the trap of being a heal bot because you're afraid of Mav dying.
Yeah.
Like, you need to make sure your backline is controlled. You need to be the off tank. You need to be our diva player.
Gotcha.
So here I would be just chilling right here.
Gotcha.
I'd be like, okay, there's a tracer right here. I'm just gonna sit here, and if the tracer like drops onto us, she's dropping into a 1v4.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she's fine. And if there's a Sojin here, I'm just gonna get the drop on that Sojin. I'm gonna take that duel.
Yeah.
But like that's how I would be asking you to play.
Okay. Gotcha. That makes more sense.
I don't know if you ever watch. What's his name? It's like Crow or something. It's like KROW.
Yeah. I know who you're talking about, but no, I don't watch him.
Yeah. He got some decent breakdowns. What is the one I just watched? It was the one from 12 days ago. This is how pros dominate the top 0.01% of players, and really in ranked, what they would do is their Overwatch League tracer in ranked would go on this flank and would contest this, and then the Kiriko would teleport and be with the tracer and double down on the flank, so they'd have flank tracer Kiriko.
Yeah.
With Overwatch League mechanics, and they would just roll through every single flank.
That's what fucking Hydron and fucking Ultraviolet did to me. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you need to be doing with Obese.
Gotcha.
So if Obese is taking this corner, you can be like, okay, I'm with you. I'm gonna help you get the drop on these players.
Gotcha.
And, yeah. So, playing main is boring and bad.
Gotcha.
Playing flanks is Overwatch 2.
Gotcha. I go full peel mode for Chad here. It was just too little too late, though.
I want to see that from Chad's perspective, honestly.
Oh, no, Chad TP'd out. My bad.
Oh, okay.
He would be F10.
Gets rolled.
Oh, the monkey just ignored him. Oh, great.
Yeah, so there are going to be times, like, in general, where you can contest the monkey and stop him from getting onto your backline at all, and that's like the Lucio carry play. So since your boots are less effective onto him, you need to be holding up even further forward than you would used to have to, in order to control a monkey. Or you can trade backlines and be a dive Lucio onto their backline.
Gotcha.
So, like, you need to find those fights. There'll be a lot of fights where you try to be like the control Lucio, and you realize you can't be the control Lucio, and then you're just going to wrap around and just go like into their backline. That's going to happen in some fights, and I want to see you try to like flip those fights that way.
Gotcha. Oh, I forgot about this.
Oh.
I forgot about that.
That's hilarious.
He literally.
He's gonna get this.
Man's literally, I literally put lol, and he just went, that's great. There, Lucio put, it's great, and I just put lol.
Okay, so here you could honestly like be walking forward in a like a careful way, like up to like this corner, or like to hit this corner, and then be like waiting for the sound cue of Monkey's jump. So when he wants to like jump, maybe you'd be able to like wall right and boop him like upwards, so that he can't like get all of the distance if he's gonna try to dive this high ground. I don't know where. I feel like Keyline should be holding here, so that's why I kind of expected that. But if Keyline's just playing back here, maybe Monkey does the long dive into our back line. So I would be chilling here and waiting for the sound cue to see if I can stop.
Gotcha. I think Keyline takes up there. I don't remember, to be honest with you.
And then at this point, once the dive has already started, and you're Kitsune, you have to make the you have to make a decision of beat or no beat.
And I think I opt for beat here, because I saw Mav go crit.
I think beat's fine. And then what do you do once the beat is done?
Once the beat is done.
Like once you casted your beat, what do you do?
Oh, aggro.
Who would you aggro onto?
In this situation, I'm probably looking at the person that's on Mav, so that would be the Sojourn.
I think that's okay. I would say I would go for flank control. So I would either jump onto their Tracer or their Lucio.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be my personal choice.
Gotcha.
But, going on to where is this Sojourn? My Sojourn's
right there.
Far up. Yeah. So yeah, that's fine as well. But for me, I feel like
flank control. Gotcha.
Flank control, and also like if a Sojourn's this far ahead, like sure I can help shoot her, but literally I'm thinking of like the next thing because she's way too far in. She should be dead here.
I don't know if she does.
Please tell me she does. Okay, and once this is the case, okay, yeah, now you can like since their monkey's deep in, he's used to jump. He's now like.
I think I do look at him. Yeah, and I stick him in the team, but we didn't kill him in time.
It's totally fine. And now at this point, if you're still scrapping, Tracer. Or the Lucid. See what their Lucid did?
Yeah, he went for the funky play.
So when he's scrapping, he goes behind him and like looks for you.
Yeah.
And he should die for it, but he's getting hard pocketed.
No, Mav kills him, if I remember correctly. Oh no, he got out! That's right! I remember.
Well, there's a lot of room for Lucio to make funky, scrappy plays like that, so...
Gotcha.
I want to see it. I know you've got it in you. I've seen it before. I've seen your moments of greatness. Just make that your new, like, base level play, you know?
Yeah.
So, just... If the card is this far, always be taking this high ground. All five should be taking this.
Gotcha.
Like, if you ever see... Like Chad can be the exception, but you and Mav should be taking that high ground. And then, obviously, like we talked about, you can be
contesting, yep.
Having to use Suzu early was really bad. Mav took a lot more damage than he needed to, and we used Amp to accomplish kind of nothing, honestly. Like, we didn't accomplish anything. But
well, I thought we were pushing, then Mav just hit the fucking hit the brakes and put it in reverse, so...
Yeah, I'm not saying you didn't use your Amp well, it's just we're just seeing any value out of it.
Yeah.
So, it's kind of sad when you're like, oh, my cooldown's just not good anymore, because now it's on 1 second cooldown. Right. And because Mav took so much damage, we had to Suzu him, and now we have no Suzu, and they should just be dropping on us.
I think they should
literally just delete you.
I think they do just drop, and we just get deleted.
Oh, they're overclocking? Okay, they're pulsing. They're kitsuneing.
I heard Tracer... Yeah, I should be.
Yeah. Did your Tracer what?
I heard Tracer behind, so I flipped around and looked for her, but I just didn't know where she was.
Yeah, that's fine. They used to be ults. like how you're kind of controlling that Lucio. You're kind of like, okay, now go take the space that he's giving you.
Yeah.
Like go play up here.
Gotcha.
And just their monkey. And then once you see that there's 3 people here, just hold this corner, and then like have your crazy movement in case anyone peeks you.
Yeah.
And if anyone's peeking you, they have to take full shots from everyone on their team at the same time. So be your little annoying self. Be a gremlin. Their monkey is no longer playing high ground, which he should be. So, kind of what I would be doing is, like, if he drops, I'd be like, oh, okay, well then you're not protecting your backline. So I would just take up this high ground. And for some reason, they're dropping here when they should be having a high ground fight, and they should be trying to fight for high ground and then win the fight later because this is the last fight. But they're dropping and they're contesting way before they need to.
Mm-hmm.
This is a huge mistake from the enemy team. Let's see how you play it out. Just chill on cart, you know, it's a safe option.
My first instinct here is play for beat.
Yeah.
But I got killed right as I got it.
That sucks. What's up, Chad?
What's up?
Chad, you can sit on this. I really don't care.
Body.
Yeah, you can sit on this. I really don't care.
So, really, like, I would be looking, if I were playing right here, and then they just, like, drop this type of control, like, I'd be like, oh, okay. I would probably want, because our Tracer doesn't have a good flank here, I'd want Obese to be the one touching, so that you can try to contest their backline and you can be the flanker.
Gotcha.
And once their monkey, like, if I were right here playing Lucio, and their monkey drops, then I'm like, okay, then that's one less person. I might be able to look for a dive onto their Lucio or their Sojourner Kiriko, but probably not yet because that's a 2v1.
Right.
If you're holding 2 people's attention here, that's
really good.
That's
yeah.
4v3 for your team. That's huge.
Right.
And then once they drop here, coming back up, if say you were able to walk up here, who would your immediate target be?
Kiriko.
Lucio would be the better.
Or Lucio. Lucio's close. I didn't see Lucio.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And then there's a Tracer on the left, and then there's a Kiriko. Who's the better target?
Kiriko, 100%.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So force her blink, and then she'll probably have to, like, I don't know, Suzu herself as well. So you don't need to, like, hard, like, wall ride towards her, because then she'll, like, teleport away, and then your momentum will be going this way, and you have to wrap around.
Right.
You can just sort of walk at her since she's not paying attention to you, and just, like, hit her with a couple body shots, and it'll be enough to scare her.
Gotcha.
And she'll be forced to teleport. Always be thinking about forcing to teleport out before you hard engage onto a Kiriko.
Right.
And then once she teleports in, then she should, like, you shouldn't even really need to go and, like, finish her off. She should be dead, but, you know, like, at that point, like, if she teleports in, I would just go into Sojourn, because he's obviously used her shift. That would be how I break it down. Like, you have so much cleanup potential yourself. Like, they make it a really terrible positional play here by not controlling this high ground and allowing you to take it, and you could have, like, systematically broken down the team. And this is where, like, Lucio players start to have, like, a ton of carry potential, like, the higher you go. But since you're just playing on cart, they're able to, like, reestablish decent positions and poke at you from all angles, and then you kind of just need to sit here powerlessly until you have your beat. And it's really, like, instead of being the hammer, you're being the nail.
Yeah, I get you.
So Overwatch 2 is all about being the hammer, always.
Yeah. And I just get
Yeah.
focused down.
Rip.
Oh, all right, Chad. Here's the one that I know for a fact you were gonna want him to take a look at.
Circus Royale.
Oh, well, oh, wait. Are you good for this Wednesday, by the way, Falco?
Yeah.
Yeah, I really want to go over poke maps because our poke maps are really, really bad.
I would say hit headshots. There you go. There's your tip.
So, it has to be more than that, though.
Yeah. Okay. Playing Zen Bap is kind of like more popular than I've been expecting it to be, but like I'm realizing it's better than I initially thought it was. So, Zen is kind of your resident shield spammer, and just always be putting pressure on that, like put a timer on Sig's shield up time. That's really like what you can do, like over anything. If you can choose one person to Discord, who's the most important person to?
Well, I'd say if we were in a mirror, it'd be one of the supports, but to be honest, it'd probably be Sig with what they're running.
I'd say either of their DPS.
Gotcha.
So this is the most DPS carry map that has ever been in Overwatch ever, and like there's never been a map where DPS have more like carry or throw potential, and where supports and tanks have less carry potential. And like these super long sight lines with only one tank is just sniper heaven.
Right.
And I like just putting a Discord on an enemy DPS like,
makes them freak out a little bit.
It's like they have to spend 15% of their brain power that could have been on aiming, like managing their corner a little bit better, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally like it's not even like a damage amplifier because you guys are playing one shots as well. It's literally just a, hey, watch out because I might headshot you with a Zen orb, and then that's gonna be super annoying.
So, quick question here, and this is going to a DPS thing real quick. Is it better to run the Widow Soj or Widow Hanzo?
Widow Soj.
I think Widow Soj is better.
That's what I was thinking. That's what I thought too.
I said Soj just got a ringer soon when you play Soj.
It's kind of cringe, honestly. I think that Mercy here is actually good. So, if you yourself if you were playing Zen, and you didn't feel like you were able to get value here, like their Widow is just really being that annoying, and like you're feeling too much stress and you want to just put it on the shoulders of your DPS, go in the character that gets to give your team an extra life is insane.
Yeah.
It's so good. Even if you were playing Widow Hanzo, like playing Mercy just for res is insane.
Gotcha.
So, well, that sucks. She really feathered that headshot in.
Like, is that a positional error, or?
It's kind of like a, like you were like.
I was kind of
know exactly where you're sitting because your projectiles are coming out of a constant rate. Like you watch it from the Widow's point of view, it's super clear where you are.
Yeah.
And then she kind of just like throws the headshot
in the general area.
Yeah. Those types of takes where you're, I would say if Mav doesn't have his shield up, don't go for those picks if you're Widow's dead.
So would it be more beneficial to me to play in the room behind where you're at right now?
Like
not that room.
Here?
Yeah, in the mega. Would it be more beneficial?
It wouldn't be any better.
No? Okay.
No, it wouldn't be any better. And I think that in this scenario, when you're down your Widowmaker, this like mindless spam is less valuable because they're like,
the shield.
We're not threatening them.
We're not threatening it. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I get you.
Yeah, their Sig doesn't need to really hold his shield here, and they don't need to peek us because we can't push because we don't have a Widow. So they could literally just AFK until our Widow comes back, and then use all their resources here if they were playing it like completely risk free.
Gotcha.
And because of that, like it's less value for you to be spamming the shield, which is kind of putting yourself at danger. So if you were gonna peek at all, it would just be to like throw at a Randy right leg.
Gotcha.
And you could ask Mav for a shield, like, hey, can you shield my right leg for me to run? Okay, good, and then you can drop it, and then we can chill. I wouldn't do it more than once or twice versus a good Widowmaker,
Yeah.
or a good team, because they can just tell what's going to happen as soon as your 6 shields are like, okay, they're just looking for a right click. Everyone just play
Hide.
your corner just for that 1 second so that we don't take any risk.
Yeah.
And then we wait for Widow. I want to see how Chad uses immortality here.
Not great.
I'll watch.
I didn't really have time to react there because he dropped the shield for a split second and just died.
Yeah, that's on you. So you don't have your tank, so yeah, it's good to chill here. The best, this is my opinion. This is how I feel about immortality right now. The current state of immortality field. Just use it at the beginning of the fight. Just throw your immortality right here, and then take your couple shots. Because in a sniper duel, there's no moment which there's gonna be a teammate that's 1 health that you use immortality to save. It's all about 1 shots. So literally just
except for Flux, which I would know, yeah. I mean,
yeah,
I use it a lot for like self windows too, to like make plays, but I don't really.
And you have
I
time,
fucking hate VAP. VAP's my favorite character, but I hate VAP on this map because literally I just feel like a heal bot. I don't have no other choice besides doing that.
Yeah, I mean, you just heal, and then I would just immortality for your Widow to take a couple shots. And
Okay, so more aggressive ammo.
Yeah, I mean, I would say in non-ult fights, like in neutral fights, definitely. Like just like when like.
Yeah, but obviously if I don't have an ult for like, I mean, obviously if I do well with it, I can just counter Sigma ult with it, but.
Yeah, exactly. If we're all playing corners too, if we're not playing our corners correctly and they Sigma ult, immortality is kind of not gonna do squat versus good sim.
We don't play corners well whatsoever on poke maps. That is something I have noticed off of us.
Who's designated carpet here?
You probably.
Yeah, probably. Okay, there. That was the. Okay.
I didn't mean to right click. I really didn't.
No, it's fine. It's not. That was just really weird seeing Mav die there.
Dude, he was dying like that the entire map. I don't understand.
He was.
Running quick. Like,
he
I
was.
Just don't get it.
This dude plays Sigma like it's Orisa.
Yeah, we showed clearly that we are not comfortable in switching off of the meta comp on other maps. Like, I don't know, our poke is just weird.
So, yeah. So we have a sights on we have Sonic on them, and we hear them use sights.
I see the Widow.
You see the Widow. This is a perfect time to go for a right click on the Widow.
That's what I think I do.
She would never be going here. Like you're charging it up, and she grapples up. I'm like, oh, she's serving to you on a platter. Here's your Joe Neck clip moment, and then you don't. I'm like, aw.
I played it safe.
I respect it because it doesn't feel good to get headshot. And
so
wait for you.
My thought process here is we want angles. I'll play back and sit main.
That's fine, but you kind of need to play the corner even tighter than you did there. I think the cross was even fine, but you need to be really careful.
Okay.
I think that you need to, integral to success on sniper maps.
Because my whole thought process is angles win games. On poke.
It's true. Angles do win games in poke because it forces them to think more instead of just having to hold the same angle. Look at what their Zen's doing.
Right.
In
my thought process is.
This is what I was trying to get us to set up on defense. Was these angles, because we were just too clumped up. I was calling for we need to have lane control, 3 lane controls, 3 different angles. Yep. At least.
I think that Chad. I personally think our 3-2 split could be a little bit different though. Like you and Mav could be together, then me and Keelan could be.
I made it a 2-2-1. That's what I was doing.
Okay, I didn't know what you were trying to do.
Hanzo and then Widow on a different angle. That's what I was doing. I did that more in Junkertown. Explained it better, but that was kind of the ideal.
Yeah, I didn't know exactly what you were going for.
I think that we're just we just got outclassed in every single duel.
These guys not only kind of played their corners individually better, but they definitely understood the strategy of how to play poke maps way better than we did. So we were completely outclassed.
Yeah, I think we were the better team, but they were the better individuals. I think.
Yeah.
At least for the most part. Actually, it depends. Like, I think we're really good at rush.
Yeah, these guys have look like ranked monsters. I would hate to go against these guys in ranked. But I think that integral to success in playing support on these types of maps is being able to look at the body language and the posture of the enemy DPS and tell how much how much struggle or how much pressure they're currently under. If I am looking at this Widowmaker, if I ever peeked her and I see her going for this shot and she's shooting at a person behind me and she's holding this angle, I'm gonna be more afraid. I'd kind of want to chill out a little bit until we can establish some sort of alternate angle for her to deal with. If
Gotcha.
If at all possible.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so you can see that for here, I would just take a moment to angle
Wait.
and check wait and see what the other fight is, how that fight is going. We have a DPS who's fighting in this, and their Sojin is kind of getting 0 value sitting here, and in this 3v3 we kind of have the advantage because we have Hanzo and we have the one shot, and BAP is really good in this scenario, and Kiriko is not very helpful. So if you were to just AFK on this corner and let your team win, take advantage in this 3v3, probably not get a pick if they play this right, but they would probably back down. And if you back down, then your team gets to take this space.
Take this space, and that brings an opportunity for me to go for.
Yeah, you also need to keep an eye on what angle the Widow is holding, because right now she's eyeing you, so rotating here is the worst thing to do in this possible situation.
Yeah, exactly, because she didn't have any other pressure on her. And
right.
In that time that you were crossing, exactly what I was talking about happened. They took this angle. Had you waited
they dropped, and I should have waited.
3 seconds later, she wouldn't have been able to hold the angle. She
yeah.
Yeah. Then you can rotate.
Yeah.
And if you it's not even when I see these types of mistakes, I don't even think they're bad mistakes, because it's just you don't have I don't know, you're a tank player, you're not used to playing in this type of scenario, so you're totally fine to make these types of mistakes. Let's get them out now. Let's talk them out.
Chad, there's a lot of stuff on Lucio that I haven't been doing that I need to start doing.
Yeah, we want to see the scrappy J-Star.
Also, I've been told by a single. I actually probably should get a VOD too, just because I've never been told. I've been told for 2 years anything that actually anything from a coach has been valiant enough, except for Spice once in our VOD.
Yeah,
it was
Spice
something very minor.
I love
it was just something very minor. It was a team VOD. He was going over some individuals. He said one thing to me, and then I was just watching the rest of the time. And I doubt I play that well.
Okay, well, if you want me to roast your gameplay, then yes, I will do it.
Yeah, I feel like I feel useless on poke maps, to be honest.
I kinda do too.
And I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. The best supports in the game also feel useless on
poke maps.
On poke maps.
I thought I was doing pretty well because I was pretty much last to die every time on our poke maps. I wasn't really getting picked early, so I didn't think I was making too many mistakes.
Really, you're so reliant on your teammates to play corners properly. Why are we not on Widow?
I said swap Sojourn, but I didn't mean our Widow swap Sojourn. I meant the fucking Hanzo, but the Hanzo wouldn't listen. But G-Lime always listens to me, so he just to figure I was talking to him. But I was kind of being passive aggressive towards our ringer.
I didn't even see that we were playing Monkey.
Chad made a game time audible because we were just bashing our heads into a wall.
Okay, yeah. So it was kind of the acceptance that we don't know how to play this properly, and we're not going to be able to learn in this short amount of time.
Basically what I said on the the one that I said is we go over in VOD, but we're not going to keep bashing our heads. Let's try to do something here.
I knew what your plan was the second you said switch monkey. I'm like, okay, he's tired of having us bash our heads into a wall.
Because I'm just watching my teammates get picked, like every fight, like on stupid positions, and I'm like, okay, I don't really know. And then I tried on Junkertown a different poke composition. It wouldn't. I guess it went somewhat better, but we still put like ass.
Yeah. So
it was better than this.
We ran the ram. We ran the ram comp.
With
on J-Town.
Widow.
Yeah.
Okay. So that makes sense. I guess. I mean, this should be like, I don't know. The way that you guys talk about the game, it probably makes sense if you already understand this. But obviously, the DPS have like the carry potential here, and it's not just the fact that they can one shot. It's the fact that they can threaten the one shot, which makes space, makes lanes for their team. So if you feel useless on support, it's probably because your DPS are trying to take too many duels.
I'm gonna be honest, like their Widow just threw caution to the wind later on.
Yeah, and that's really bad. That's really bad. Like that would mean that our DPS gets punished their supports. That would be why that's bad. But like you guys are more vulnerable when our DPS are too focused on kills over map control. You kind of need to have that 50-50.
So Chad, what I'm hearing is it's not all on us.
So I'm saying I actually was right about why we were doing really bad.
I knew it was the reasoning too.
My biggest thing I kept saying after our runs, because I'm kind of like our in-game coach in a way, like what's going wrong in adaptations, IGL type. So I said we need to have better lane control. DPS need to take different angles, and we need to control those angles and help control those angles, because we're losing those angles if we do take them, or we're not taking them whatsoever. And they have like the entire map, even more in defense, and we have literally one angle.
Yeah. It's tough. Like really,
this is what I go over with my OD team that I coach. Like it's like the biggest thing, and like I don't really like. Besides saying that, I don't really know how to go more depth to like help people. Like
the only time, I understand your struggle. The only thing I would be able to say is I would literally like take a 45-second pause before we even peek at all, trying to explain. Okay, Widow.
You play here.
If you get you get value by getting picks, but you also get value by garnering their DPS's attention. And if you're not like keeping their if you're not getting kills and you're keeping their DPS's attention, that is just as much value. And
so I told us where to play here on defense. Like I took 45 seconds to set up angles, like on specific angles. So I had Widow back under where back under the little thing, like here? Next to the staircase, a little right there. Then I set our Soj and our Sig on the right side. I think I said put Zen there too, or me.
No, you said both of us play over here.
Okay, that's a bad call. I should have been up. Maybe you should have been up there, and then you should have been in that left angle.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think you. I don't remember exactly what you said. To be honest.
I don't have more in angles. See, I don't have good ankle control. You kind of do because you have range. My damage left is too much to pressure.
Here, I can tell you right now. Give me a sec.
I mean, we could see because this is where I was going over stuff, like where to play. So, because because we're like literally our DPS are just sitting inside of each other and like it's zero value.
Yeah. So, what I would call for is Jay start playing here, and literally just being a harmony bot, and every once in a while, like just pay attention to how the duels are going, and try to infer which angles the team's playing without actually picking them. More
do anything though. You just sit there and then get broken.
So like try to infer like which angle the teams are taking.
Their Sig was using his shield,
and then charging up a risky right click and going for a risky right click like once every like 10 seconds or something. Like make it like feather them out. Like don't be predictable with them. Like that's about all the value you can get. And Chad just gets to be a heal bot until the car gets up to like right here, and then he actually gets to do stuff. He gets to be a heal bot, and if you guys wanted to, you could do like a first second immortality field, but they can just outlast it. It's not as good when you're on defense, unfortunately. So, like I almost recommend Chad you playing Mercy here, but
no.
No?
Hold my J-Star do that. No, I live like 2 hours on Mercy.
Chad is a bad Mercy.
I'm flexing the map because J-Star is a lot less comfortable than Mercy. And
this is the easiest situation.
Okay, well I can play it to this level. I feel like I can play other things and get way more value.
Okay, but I think.
I mean, I could play Zen Mercy though.
Yeah, that's fine. What's wrong with that? Like, you're not gonna need healing. like I don't think you're ever gonna need more healing than Harmony and Healing Bee.
Oh yeah,
It's for one shots and Mav. Okay, maybe you would need a Bap if you're playing with Mav and just playing Sig like Orisa on Circuit Royal defense.
I was about to say.
At that point, he's just gonna die no matter what. So like at that the best healing ability in the game is Mercy because you get 500 burst healing on your Sig. Just boom, he's dead. Oh, just boom, he's alive again. I don't know. Or if Mav would probably like die right here and be completely invisible. So
yeah, he would.
I don't know.
Yeah,
he would.
If that's the case, like it's just GG go next.
We also kind of run the BAP more tailored for Mav.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just run the BAP because that's what people play. That's what pros play. That's what contenders play. And nothing ever changes. So like it has to be really good, obviously, because you have the window pressure and you have the Discord pressure. You have things to play around with.
Yeah, I mean, if you like, Mercy's kind of the cheese skill check character.
And then in a good situation, I can like deadlift a fight. I feel like I'm BAP.
Yeah, if that's what you like people do play BAP, and yeah, I agree with all your like thought process, but like I don't know, I think Mercy's underrated, and I think she does.
Yeah,
scrim, but it's like maybe
she
5%
does.
worse, yeah.
I think Curie Mercy though is good.
Like, what am I supposed to do about that?
That's so funny to me.
What am I supposed to do?
That is so funny. Oh my gosh, get wrecked.
And then our so. Wait.
Let me see this from OBC.
Wait, you like what is?
Okay, so this is already like.
Yeah, they already ignored me. They didn't listen. Well, at least not gonna beast it. He would not listen. That's why I don't like him ringing.
Yeah.
This is already terrible because I don't know.
Keelam's still
why are we
there.
playing Mav here when he's not shielding for anybody? And it's
so basically I said Sig and Soj play there, but only one person listened.
Well, no, Keelam had to fall back. Keelam already went critical.
It's like this is like.
And then we back out. Okay, so we're giving up space for free. So, at this point, like JSR, like you should know that your DPS are supposed to be holding this space back and stop. Like, see how freely they're able to peek in ways that you were not able to.
Yeah.
This is because our DPS are not controlling the correct space, and at that point, you're just like, okay, they could. Sojourn could literally just become an Apache attack helicopter and just roll me. So.
I should be backing up already.
Noticing this, J-Star, you should start backing down the staircase.
Yeah, that's what I realized. My thought process was.
If you see me, I'm pretty sure I already start doing that, knowing that we literally just gave up stupid space for no fucking reason.
No, you're still there.
You're 1 second away from just like walking down those steps for sure.
Yeah, I'm putting myself in a situation
where you can. Yeah.
I think I'm head hitboxing myself. If I'm not mistaken, like with a staircase, like I'm manipulating my hitbox. If I'm not mistaken, that's what I was trying to do at least. No, I'm not low enough.
No, you're not low enough.
Oh no, maybe I am. Oh yeah, I am. I guess.
Yeah. You're LOSing enough. You're not in there LOS.
In 3, 2, 1. Yep. I just get imploded.
Mav gets a pick.
Oh, shit.
Oh, scary.
I should have done that, but I literally had to tell him to drop. Like, I literally had to scream Mav drop because he was not going to drop.
No, he wasn't.
The man has the fucking kahunas, dude. And he goes back up there.
He does go back up there.
Like, he's not
a terrible play to, like, press.
No, I wanted him to go back up there, but, like, I wanted him to wait a second.
Yeah, nah, he went. He went on fucking crit, too, bro.
Yeah, so... Yeah, like, the fact that you were having to heal your team means you can't heal him on the way up, meaning he has to use his cooldowns just to get to this spot. Which he should be getting healed all the way up here, and then use his cooldowns to pressure, right? But now, like, he can't because he
like, it was so hard because, like, our DPS are, like, I don't really know what they're doing, to be honest with you, on the poke maps. Like,
yeah.
They're in Narnia, they're behind me, which I don't really expect.
80% of the carry potential is in those two players, so...
Well, yeah, I know that.
Yeah. So it's
That's a wide swing.
That is a wide angle, but our Widow could have been playing like this angle too, If
Like,
she
just
was
look how
playing-
much map control, and like as soon as they get that pick, look what they control here. That's what I was noticing this entire time.
They're doing it correctly.
I use window and to hold them back, try to force them out the angle, which I do. So I force them out that left angle, and then we don't take that left angle.
Wow,
we
they're
just
honestly playing this like almost picture perfectly.
Yeah, and I realized that, and we're playing it awfully. Look how grouped up we were that entire fight.
I can see why you're frustrated. It's just like, oh, we're just getting dipped. Like, it's
Yeah,
almost
because
like
it's not even like a macro thing. Like I can go over and a VOD. Like I said, we could VOD this after, but we were tired afterwards. So I'm like, there's no point.
Yeah.
And I said, I'll just let Falco do it on Wednesday.
Because, like, is there anything besides
We have
wide
a
swinging?
29% win rate on this map out of through 11 maps, by the way. This is our worst map by far.
Yeah, I can tell why.
So, like, besides me just cutting down wide swings, is there really anything else that I'm doing wrong?
I think noticing your windows to rotate.
Rotate,
Right?
Yeah.
rotation windows,
I
yeah.
should take
Yeah.
over, my bad.
So I
You're
think
not
that,
wrong,
like,
though.
It's kind of weird to learn this. So I don't blame you for not knowing how to play this correctly, because if your DPS are diffing their DPS,
It's a lot
peek
easier.
as wide as you want. You can do whatever you want. And you're not in any danger because the enemy team is afraid of your DPS. And if you're playing with like DPS who are getting diffed, you can't do anything. So you feel like it's really frustrating. And there's very few times where like both DPS are kind of on an even level, and you need to like sort of feel out and feather out and see, okay, how far can I push this? Are their DPS worried about my DPS right now? Are they playing confident right now? Like, and filling out that mind game. That's really like what determines how you play your corners and how aggressive you can be. And you kind of need to what?
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I think that like when it's an even matchup, you have to try to figure out how to give your DPS the slight edge.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's
And-
like without feeding yourself. Like
Right.
And how many times are you gonna have like that opportunity to practice that? It's very rare, and I don't blame you for not knowing how to do this. This is something that supports had to learn how to do in double shield meta.
Like I said, I'm a converted tank player, so
Yeah.
I've been
this is-
playing BAP for 3 years.
I was about to say Chad's been on support way longer than me. So
Yeah, it's kind of sad because there's a lot of like really important skills in Overwatch 2 that you need to have to be successful that were most easy to learn in
In OW
Overwatch
1.
1 metas of like people learn how to play Rush correctly because of Goat's meta, and people learn how to play like Pokken.
because of
I have
double
a
shield.
I have a
Double shield.
question here.
What's up?
Would it be a good idea, because just for lane control idea, like putting our soldier on that right staircase perhaps, and then
here?
put our widow, yeah, right there, like like just
Mhm.
like edge peeking it, like what is it called when you
Jiggle
like swim
peeking.
in between
Jiggle
peek
peeking?
it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then put our widow on the left side staircase.
And as
Like,
in,
no, like
Oh,
left
here?
side all the way down there, and then like get like a weird angle down there, and then
Yeah.
grab live if she gets in trouble. I
Yeah,
feel
I
like that's
think-
really good lane control and like has so much
Mhm.
map control.
I feel like you
It's
can almost
true.
swap it though too.
At that point, I would rather have like I don't know. I think that Widowmaker, like the most OP thing that she can do is literally just sit right here on this corner and not ever peek, because the enemy team has to, like, they have to respect her no matter what. And if your Widow ever leaves the front line, then all of a sudden your entire team is just playing like more afraid because they don't have any of that protection. I don't know. I personally am afraid of Widow flanks unless you're super confident that you're gonna hit the pine clip. You know. Or,
It's like a it's not really a I don't mean like a flank, to get a different angle on that high ground where they're at.
Oh, so you're not saying to just to roll their back line. You're saying to actually like to be doing
No,
this.
like just to get a raw angle, like a
So literally just
really
playing
nice
from like
offense.
right here and just trying to.
And then you can
over
just grapple up if you get in a sticky position or they turn on you.
It's
Just put some pressure on them so they just have to rotate or like at least do something besides just sit
Mhm.
there.
I
It's
feel
true,
like it would be
but,
almost better to switch the Soj and the Widow at that point though.
Well, it's
Yeah.
a longer angle, and like I feel like Sojourn's really good on the mid angles, and if we can put her
I
on a
mean,
mid
yeah.
angle, that's great. No.
I think this is fine, but I think that this is easier to LOS. Like if I were playing Widow here and the enemy Widow dropped down there, I can just chill right here and I can be looking at their backline and without even needing to interact with it.
Yeah, but it doesn't that accomplish the goal of like making them rotate somewhat, to an extent?
I mean, they're still holding the same angle though, aren't they? Like,
Yeah, but they don't have like entire map control. Then you can re-rotate again, like with your grapple. Just put some pressure on them, and you know, best of luck they don't catch it quick enough, and you get a pick.
I mean, I'd be okay with like our Widowmaker holding this angle, like doing this, and then.
Oh,
dropping.
I also like that though too. Yeah.
I like right here, and then dropping here with the understanding that it's not going to be your forever hold, like, and grappling back, and then switching between the two. Like, I like that to try to like mind games here, because you know when your Widow is threatening like two slightly different angles, but nevertheless different. That is really like scary to play against. So I would like that. I don't like if you're gonna commit to one angle. I like it to be main because it's just.
Yeah, no, but like, see how we're committing just to one angle?
No,
like
yeah,
all of us.
I would say the Sojourn flank is huge. I would be like.
I mean that works too. Like just somebody there because like we're not controlling a right or a left angle. Like we're just holding mid.
Or if J-Star had the time, like the Zen flank is huge. Like the cheesy Zen flank because they can't hear your footsteps. Like I don't know. It's kind of fun. You catch someone off guard. Discord headshot dead.
Because I mean theoretically like I feel like their DPS are kind of like they're kind of making a soft air here by playing the same position. No.
It's not as terrible because they do have like a slight like they're not playing literally the same angle, but yeah, I agree. I think
because they don't have much. They could have more pressure on us, right?
They could. Their Sojourn could be put. I would say their Sojourn should be playing like up there.
Because then she has left angle on the thing, so that means our backline can't LOS there. Like the more angles you have to LOS as a support, the more obnoxious it is.
Yeah. I think the only reason why they're doing this is because they're waiting for their tank to reset. And if they had like their
where the fuck is their tank? Wait, hold on.
He died.
How do we not? We don't push on that?
I mean, we're just so afraid of their DPS.
I know, but it's a tank advantage. Put a shield in one of the DPS face and push the Zen.
Yeah, you're right. But
the Zen's in a bad spot, and his BAP's like in Narnia not to help him. Like
I mean, we did pause.
Wait. We don't know the BAP's positioning obviously, but we know the Zen and we know the snipers.
So. Map does throw the shield up.
That's grapple out, and we're just kind of sitting there. Okay, we're getting like really scared. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, okay. It looks like J-Star is playing this corner unintentionally. Good.
I do go for something a little funky here, cause.
Okay, good. I want to see the funkiness.
Yeah, make sure when you do play these fucking angles that you manipulate your hitbox as much as you can, though.
Yeah, I know.
With corners, like, cause at least make it hard for them.
Oh, no trans. Rest in
peace.
And
I fucked up my ammo, like, horribly wrong.
Yeah.
I fucking accidentally hit the wall. I clipped the wall with it, and the wall snatched it up.
That blows.
I do live here.
Okay, they know you're there. Here at this point, I would like if you either back up or go for the silly.
I just ran.
Yeah.
I ran. Not the country either.
Yeah. The song?
Maybe. I heard their BAP up here.
Oh.
I didn't want to take it without my tank though. Or without some sort of backup.
Oh, the kilo got wrecked.
I think my IGL really needs some work on this third point because I have no clue what to do besides the normal.
Really, you have to rely on like.
That was such brain dead positioning. I know I was going up inch with the window. No, I did. I thought the widow was on the left side, and she peeked around the corner when I peeked in the dumb position. I thought she was going around. I thought she was on the left side, far left side. I died to her, right?
Yeah, you.
I thought she was going. I thought she was on like the far left angle.
Yeah, I thought she's wrapping all the way around.
I misread the situation, and if I mean obviously it would have been all right. I probably wouldn't have got picked if like she was there, but it's still a bad read on my part.
I think since you know they. Oh wait, they built that. They're building that flux really quickly.
Yeah, he builds flux insanely fast.
Trans?
Somebody went crit. I don't remember why.
This is a throw play.
I asked for a touch, but that doesn't. Yeah, because like we were just letting them push the cart and getting every single space without doing anything about it.
J-Star, if Mav C9s the card that hard, let him.
Okay.
Don't trance to say to make his bad habits worse.
Because now they just win.
Yeah.
That's
Fine.
Yeah.
Free flex.
Oh God. Okay. I know at this point, I'm pretty sure I call for like an aggressive play here because I know we're gonna lose if we don't.
Yeah, like just go out fighting. See if you can somehow.
Like we gotta force something here. Because if we play the long fight, we just lose.
Now we're all in the same angle. Here's J-Star. I'd be doing what Key Lime is doing and trying to rotate.
Because that's what I call for that. I'm like, because we're so grouped. Like, I feel like I shouldn't have to, like, at this rank, I feel like I shouldn't have to
You
say
shouldn't.
that.
No, but like this is honestly, I have to teach like diamond players about this. This is kind of sad that you guys are struggling this way. I mean,
like
I understand J-Star not understanding, but our DPS.
I feel like I understand.
Well, fine, but like it should be like second nature to our DPS.
We usually
No, I get it.
we didn't used to be this like bad at it when we had our old DPS because our old DPS were like comp warlords that never listened to the team, so it worked out.
It worked.
Yeah.
It worked
Now
because of
we're
that.
team-oriented DPS, so like I think we're better in just overall, which is nice, and we learn quicker. But like that is the part where it's kind of annoying.
Yeah.
Those are the two maps I wanted to go over.
Okay. Well.
We
yeah,
also don't have a designated Widow player. Neither one of our DPS play Widow.
That's going to be next minute if they ever nerf Sojourn. It's going to be hard to get another.
Key
What
Lime.
about Ash? I feel like Ash can be really good, no?
Yeah, Ash will also be there, but you know, like Widow's going to be like the pro.
For the long range maps, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I also feel like Widow just kind of counters Ash though, because of the range deal though.
Well, yeah, but like obviously, if it's like a mid-angle map, like I'd say,
Oh,
like
yeah.
Esperanza or like anything other than like JT, Havana, and like Circuit.
Mm-hmm.
I think Ash can be real, because I think Ash is like very close to being on par with Sojourn. It's just that movement is just way too
Good.
Yeah. And like Dynamite's really strong, Coach Gun's really strong, Bob is really strong, and